Welcome back for another session of Make Your Horse Thirsty. This week, we're going to talk about the fear of failure. There seems to be this concept out there that we're supposed to teach our students to avoid failure, that we're supposed to protect them from failure. Because if our students were to fail, then we would take away their thirst. It would create this self-defeating cycle where the poor grade confirms the notion that the student is incapable, and because the student is incapable, they're going to try less, because why try to do something you can't do? And then they're going to continue to fail. However, I want to challenge that notion. I don't think it has to be a self-defeating cycle. I think if we allowed our students opportunities to fail, we could encourage them into a self-enhancing cycle. The important thing is that we're there with the student to coach the student when they experience failure. If you work within a system where you deliver the grades or the scores to your students, you can be there when they get that bad grade. And when you deliver the news to them, when you tell them their score on the test, don't just give them the paper and say, hey, you failed, better luck next time. As long as that's your approach, then you're more than likely to have that student enter that self-defeating cycle. However, the language we use, failure, I'm perfectly comfortable with the word. You use it with me, you tell me I failed, I'm going to be looking inward, I'm going to be figuring out what went wrong, I'm going to find where I can make changes to get a better result next time. But for some people who have had a lot of bad experience with school, a lot of negative experiences, most students working within a GED program, they dropped out of school at some point. So their experience probably wasn't the best, and they probably don't necessarily think they're capable students. So to simply say you failed is enough to push that student to start going, I knew I couldn't do it, and drop out. What we need to do is when we deliver those results, avoid the word failure. We can tell a student they didn't do very well without actually saying you failed. Hey, we missed our landing on this one. We were looking to get a 145 on this test. We only got a 143. So while we're not there yet, what do you feel like when you're taking that test? You can get some information from the student to find out if maybe they were nervous, maybe they were worried, maybe something within that testing room didn't work for them. And then we can say, how did you study for this test? How did that preparation work? And we can identify if they really put forth the effort, hit the book hard, studied hard, or if they just studied a little bit the night before. And then we want to coach that student to identify where things can be changed for next time. Give them a new approach. If you work within a GED program like I do, every ready test you give a student comes with a printout of what that student still needs to work on. So you can get that printout, inform that student, hey, we didn't get the score we wanted. However, what we did get is a list of everything you still need to work on. So now we can create a laser focus for your preparation. These are the things we're going to study, and when we come back to take this test again, we're going to get a much better result. And by doing that, you teach the student that failure isn't a terrible thing. The problem with fearing failure, the problem with protecting students from failure, is that if there is a fear of failure, fear has an interesting effect on our brain. It floods our brains with chemicals that block us from our problem solving or analytical thinking. So if you sit down to take a test and you're terrified you're going to fail this test, it's going to be much more difficult for you to succeed on that test, even if you know the content. Because now your brain's pushing into fight or flight where it kind of just bypasses logic altogether. However, if we can teach our students to embrace failure, if we can teach our students, whether you pass this test or you fail this test, you're still going to be successful. You're going to have another opportunity. It's not the end of the world. Then we can avoid our students going into fight or flight the minute they step into that testing room. And that's what we need to do. Our students may not always be as capable as we are of handling failure, of working with failure, of learning from failure. But if they aren't, then it's our responsibility to teach them that, because that is one skill set they're going to need to have in life. regardless of what they do when they move forward, regardless of what they do with that GED, if you can teach them to embrace failure and to learn from failure, you are giving them a skill set that is going to set them up for success and allow them to accomplish whatever it is your student wants to accomplish. I'm Blaine Cronrath.
I'm Jim Mahler.
Until next time, continue to make your horse thirsty.